Hey there, beautiful people. Kendall Hailstone here. So today's video is, all definitely out of my comfort zone. I'm noticing like a pattern that I've been exhibiting, towards my relationship with my mother. And some of my previous videos, I've, expressed my frustration and just kind of the troubles that my mother and I have had in our relationship and kind of the stress and tension there. And recently it's been like just really tense, and I guess today I just wanted to express to you my taking responsibility for my side of the conflict. And because I realize that, things are only like they are, there's only this tension and this conflict because of there has to be two sides, in order for there to be conflict, and I definitely see myself playing like a really big role in the conflict. And I realize that my wounding and I guess beliefs and patterns that I'm holding on to, from the past, are definitely keeping me from healing and keeping me from letting go and moving on. And I don't know, just this week in general has just been a bit on the stressful side, just in a combination of just having a multitude of kind of things happening, tax audit and then all that good stuff, and then kind of getting out of the flow of prioritizing the things that are important to me, and doing other things that aren't really of importance. And so I've just felt really out of it. And so but then in combination with all of that, my mother's also been really stressed. I can tell the last few days, just based on our interactions, they just seem to be a little bit more explosive than usual. And I realized that, like I said, I'm playing a really big role in that. And because I see myself reacting, instead of consciously responding, and that's something that I really want to be embodying more, is this, consciously responding to people. And I feel like that's how I can really be the best version of myself. But when I allow myself to, allow my subconscious patterns to react and to, decide for me essentially how I respond to somebody, that I feel like is when I get into a lot of trouble, and when things just really get out of hand for myself, where I'm certainly not being the best version of me. I'm not being kind and compassionate. And, I know that it comes a place from me hurting. And so, I'm working on not beating myself up about it. But there is just something nuanced about this kind of situation. It almost feels like I'm really resistant to letting this go. And I haven't dived really deep into it yet to, really clearly identify where that's at. But it just seems like I just want to be angry. It's just like somehow I'm getting something out of this, of feeling like a victim, I guess, and not taking responsibility and blaming. I don't feel like I'm consciously blaming, but I feel like I just have this, this emotional hurt that, is, consciously, logically, I can work through it, but just deep down in on a feeling level, it's still there, and it's deep, it's really deep. And I definitely feel like I'm getting something out of it, and I don't really know what that is exactly, and I don't have it all figured out right now, but I guess I just wanted to, it had been a while since I've posted a video on YouTube, and so I wanted to, in the spirit of getting out of my comfort zone, I just wanted to share what is relevant to me right now of what I'm going through. And this, I guess, just the most vulnerable thing that I'm going through right now is this really tense time with my mother, but then also realizing that I'm contributing a lot to it. I'm just contributing hugely to this whole situation, and I recognize that. Because of the stress that I'm going through, I'm reacting more, and then because of the stress she's going through, she's reacting more, and then it's just, it's just a huge flipping mess. And I want to interrupt the pattern to, create something different, to really just make a shift, a positive shift to just break this habit, because I feel like it is turning into a habit. I feel like when we are continually doing things, no matter what it may be, we are creating habits. We're creating these neural pathways in our brains that say, yes, okay, I'm getting used to more doing this, so it'll be easier to do this in the future, and I feel like for myself, I need to be breaking this pattern of reacting and exploding, and I'm not sure what it is. I feel like maybe forgiveness, of her, maybe, I don't know. I feel like I just haven't really allowed myself yet to just really be angry. And that's something that I was kind of feeling early today, that I just wanted to be angry. And I guess I'm feeling a lot of resistance to allowing myself to do that. And I don't know. It's tough because I live with her, at this current time. And in a previous video, I also mentioned that living here in this house, renting part of this house from her and my dad, this is, this home that I'm in is a huge part of my comfort zone, and I'm really wanting to, get out of my comfort zone. So I feel like a big part of that would be to move out of here, but then I don't want to be running away. That's what I want to avoid. I want to avoid running away, but I also see how it could be really beneficial for me to be taking space, and that it would be helpful for me in healing, for myself as well. But it's like, these are the two most huge kind of comfort zones. I guess the biggest things in my life to be getting out of my comfort zone would be moving out of my current home into a new place, but then also remedying, not fixing, but maybe just healing the connection between my mother and I. But I feel like I'm the one that needs to make a shift. I'm the one that needs to make a change, and I'm not sure exactly what that is right now, but I've been really resistant to the past. I've definitely seen myself digging in my heels at times, which I don't think is healthy, especially when you're trying to heal a connection, and especially when you're digging your heels in a way where you're being stuck in your old patterns, in your old beliefs and your old habits that are no longer serving you. And I see myself doing that. I don't want to do that, but I just see it being a lot easier if I had some more space, which, I'm not sure what would be the right thing yet, whether it would be to, really face my fear, in this current moment while I'm here and healing this connection and taking full responsibility for my own feelings and for my own self. Or, on the flip side, maybe, moving out sooner than later before that healing occurs, and then being able to take that space and, and then possibly having that healing happen more easily and more smoothly potentially, because it's not being jabbed, it's not being, reopened frequently. And so those are kind of my thoughts on it. If you have any thoughts or opinions about that, whether you think that, moving out and taking more space would be advantageous, or versus, it's kind of sticking it out and really focusing on healing that connection, where I'm at. If you have an opinion about it, feel free to leave a comment, down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But yeah, so that's pretty much wraps it up for this video today. It's kind of a somber video. It's I don't know. And I guess in your comment as well, please keep in mind my intention of wanting to get out of my comfort zone. So both of those things would definitely be out of my comfort zone, because like in my comfort zone to a certain degree would be moving out, taking space, but then to a in a different perspective, from a different angle, moving out would also be out of my comfort zone. But like I said, it would also be giving more space from that relationship, which would be, more comfortable for me, so just take that in mind, when you're giving advice, I suppose. So thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for just being you and just being the beautiful, unique person that you are. And, I believe that together we are going to be making really positive changes in the world. I just watched, this is totally off topic, but I just watched an amazing documentary called Seaspiracy. And if you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you go check it out. I would consider this another must-see, just like Kiss the Ground. Kiss the Ground and Seaspiracy, definitely must-see documentaries. I highly recommend you watch both of them. It's just mind-blowing, and I feel like it's really transformational as far as being able to see the kind of impact that we can individually make in the world by our choices. and I'm really excited about all the positive things that are going to be coming from all this new empowerment and awareness that is happening, regarding what we're doing to our planet and how we can really be making positive changes. So, anyways, I digress. I love you. Thank you so much for being you, and I will see you next time. Farewell.